Hey everybody, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with the heels pick after heel picks after another bye week. Fortunately, work does that to you. But here we are. Let's jump right into it, baby. So starting off, we got Pittsburgh and Cleveland. Pittsburgh may be a top 3 AFC team. I don't know, man. They find ways to just they're a good football team. Hey, we gotta admit it. The offense has finally showed up. Russell Wilson was the answer, I guess. I thought them flipping from Justin Fields was a bad idea. I was wrong. Hey, on the other side here we got Cleveland, who are the Browns, and Jameis Winston is trying his damnedest. But that's just a team they got a lot of issues to work out. Pittsburgh, they're on top of the AFC North right now. They're going to try their best to stay there. I'm going to take Pittsburgh here on the road by 3. Kansas City and Carolina. Kansas City could not have asked for a better antidote to what happened to them, on Sunday, taking their first L by the Buffalo Bills. Getting to play Carolina, that's a nice little, feel better game, a nice bad team to beat up on, But then again, who knows? This Kansas City team they're not going to lose this game. I'm sorry, I'm not even going to pretend to entertain that scenario. Give me Kansas City here by 10. And we got Minnesota and Chicago. The NFC North keeps staying hot. These teams are all still in it. It's a very competitive division. It's crazy to think that Green Bay's played as well as they are, and there aren't many teams better than them in the division, in the conference. And the teams that are within their own division. Caleb Williams just doesn't have it right now. Just doesn't have it this season. I mean, could he become a solid starter down the line? Absolutely, I think so. He could be a next level quarterback when he figures it out. But right now, the numbers ain't saying it. The numbers aren't telling it. And Minnesota's I think they're just up and down a better football team. And I think they're going to show that on Sunday. Give me Minnesota here by 3. Tennessee and Houston. Houston's got Nico Collins back. That fixes a lot of issues. Joe Mixon went absolutely wild this last week. I think they're going to find their groove again. I think that it's going to come at a worse time for Tennessee. But, then again, nothing has played out well for them this whole season. They're not a very good football team. I will take the Texans here. Maybe they'll keep it close. Give me Houston by 6. Detroit and Indianapolis. Detroit, man, that's a good freaking football team right there. I don't see... Man, the Colts are just... you go back to Anthony Richardson, and I think that's a better option than Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco's just shown that he's old, man. He's old. Like, good for him for sticking it out this long. But I think it was a very smart move to go back to Anthony Richardson. I think they can compete with Detroit. I think this might be a competitive game. I don't know though. Detroit looked gangbusters on Jacksonville last week. I'll take the Lions by 10. Miami and New England in a game that, listen, it seems to be that Drake May has been playing a little better. I think there's a lot of potential there in him, honestly. A lot of people have compared him to a young Josh Allen, and I don't know if we're going to go that far. He has looked the part. He looks better than Mac Jones ever did. I'll say that. And Miami, they got their pieces back, and they have zero chance of winning the AFC East, but they could make a run good enough to get them a wild card spot. And, I know it's the same boat they've been in the last couple of years, but maybe they'll be on the road somewhere that isn't so cold. I don't know where that might be. I don't think they really have a chance of that. We'll see how that ends up. I think they're a better team than New England, but, it's divisional play. Give me the Dolphins here by 3. And speaking of the Miami Dolphins, we're going to take a couple seconds here in the middle of my picks to speak about their father, Joshua Patrick Allen, who the league absolutely slept on before the season. And they said, this guy is the most overrated player in the NFL. Oh my God, what is he going to do? He's lost Stephon Diggs. He lost Gabe Davis. He's going to be exposed. He's not a good quarterback. Buffalo's going to win 6 games. Aaron Rodgers, old decrepit 40-year-old ass, is going to lead the Jets to the AFC's title, and the Bills are just going to wallow and lose twice to Miami, who they never lose to. Yes, no logic. No logic at all to any of those statements. Anyone who's a real Bills fan knew the damn truth that Stephon Diggs leaving the team is the best damn thing to ever happen. It's like getting rid of that toxic ex-girlfriend out of your life. It's like it's like curing cancer. It's like it is the greatest thing to happen to this team. They look more connected, more energized. Everybody just wants to win. You saw Amari Cooper getting emotional after the game. He said, I haven't been this happy winning a football game in so long. That's a team guy that wants to win football games. He caught 2 big plays, and he didn't do much else in the game. Now, if that's Stephon Diggs, he's in the locker room pouting and throwing a fit. Oh, he got 2 balls thrown to me. We won by 9, Steph. And that's the point. That is the point. Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL right now. And there is no argument to it, and I don't care what anybody says. Good on Lamar. He's playing well. He's lost a couple games to some bum teams. Pat Mahomes has his championship rings. He's looked average this year. Josh Allen, leap and bounds, the MVP. The MVP of the league as of right now. And there's no debate about it. Everybody is just looking real stupid right now because you should have known. Because you should have known. When Patrick Mahomes didn't have a bunch of weapons, he went and won a Super Bowl. Josh Allen had no weapons. All these guys step up. Now he's got Amari Cooper. And even and you say Amari Cooper makes him better. And that's true. But even without Amari Cooper, Josh Allen is still 7-2 this season. With guys like Khalil Shakir. With guys like Keon Coleman when he was healthy. Hopefully we can get him back soon. Mac Hollins making plays. Curtis Samuel finally showed up. And this one over Kansas City was without Keon Coleman, was without Dalton Kincaid, who's been a little underwhelming this year as well. Please, just save your nonsense otherwise. Otherwise, it's just any other thought is nonsense. But anyways, hopefully the Bills enjoy the bye week, come back afterwards and play San Francisco in what should be a really good game. Now that Josh Allen glazing is over, we have the Brian and Jake Bull, the Buccaneers, and the New York Giants. And Tommy DeVito, starting for the New York Giants, coming out again to say, I'm going to screw the Giants out of getting another generational quarterback. Here he comes. You see, I remember the whole Tommy Cutlets thing last year, and it was cool and everything, but I knew. I remember saying it to myself every time we won a game. I said, why are the Giants sabotaging themselves? Why are they going out here and winning games that don't matter? They don't matter. These games don't matter. You're not going to the playoffs. And now you miss out on Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels is amazing. And now you're still got Daniel Jones. And what you've moved on from, clearly, and that's, Drew Lock is the backup now. You move on from it. For them and their fans, I really just hope Tommy DeVito doesn't win the damn game because but he's probably better than Daniel Jones. Tampa is still impressive to me. They are, in my eyes, the clear-cut team to win the NFC South. I know that Elena's going to have some things to say about that. I truly believe Tampa is the best team in that division. It's close, but I think Tampa is the best team in that division. Tampa is a better team. Give me the Buccaneers by 7. And you got Dallas and Cooper Rush up against Jaden Daniels in what may be an ugly beatdown. But I mean, Dallas probably has a better chance. They're not at home. I mean, they play like garbage at home. Just a little better on the road. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Washington is just leaps and bounds better. And I don't. It's one of those things. Also with Dallas, it'd be their best course to just tank. You got a roster with decent talent. Who knows what you do with Dak down the line? I just say lose out. Get a high pick with a lot of talent on the roster. Give me Washington here by 14. You got the Broncos. You got the Raiders. Are the Broncos a good football team? I think I just realized this. I've slept on them quite some bit this season. Bo Nix has really gone out of his way to be like, I think Caleb Williams is the 3rd best quarterback in this draft. I tell you, he's stepped right in and he's played his ass off. It was a little rough to start probably those first 4 or 5 weeks for him. He did have that one game where he had a half where he had negative passing yards, but he seems to already be figuring it out. And that guy just scores touchdowns. He just scores touchdowns and touchdowns and touchdowns. It can't be ignored how good he is. and he's using everything. He's using all his weapons around him, and that Broncos defense is elite. They look short of the level of the championship 2015 defense. Like, that defense is very good. And on the other side with the Raiders, they're still trying to figure out which below average quarterback they want to start every week. They don't got a lot going on there, and it's a divisional game, so maybe they'll play up to them. They'll give them a shot, but I'm going to take the Broncos here by 10. 49ers and Packers. Classic showdown of the last 5 years between these two teams. They're always in each other's way, and most of the time, San Fran's been able to take Green Bay out. It's always this thing where it's like, here's Dallas, and here's Green Bay wiping them out, and then Green Bay's laughing, and then Green Bay. And if Brian can make this meme and put it on here later on, and then after they think they've taken care of business, Green Bay at that point is AJ Styles, and the 49ers are behind them as the Undertaker. Now, I think people have seen this meme, and that's just the truth. Is they're forever their undoing, and they always seem to have their number. Now, Brock Purdy isn't guaranteed to play this game, from what I've gathered. If he doesn't play, I'm easily taking the Packers in this game. But if he does, I think this is a very even matchup. Probably going to be one of the better games on Sunday. But I think even with Brock Purdy, I think Green Bay takes a little revenge on this one. I'm going to take the Packers here. If no Brock Purdy, give me the Packers by like 14. If they got Brock Purdy, give me the Packers by 3. Cardinals, Seahawks, man, Seattle. The Geno Smith finished that game off. He did. Was very surprised at the result of how that game finished off, them beating San Francisco. But kudos to them. Solid win for Seattle. But then again, Seattle, as I've been saying all season, it's just a team I can't figure out. One week they have the gall to go out there and they beat San Fran, and another week, and granted, Buffalo is as good as they are, they go out Buffalo to get embarrassed in Seattle. It's hard to tell which version of that team is going to show up. On the other hand, Arizona has very much impressed me, and I think that there's so much talent, so much young talent on that team. I think all they really needed was for Kyler Murray to come back and be healthy again, and maybe monitor his Call of Duty playing, because clearly something's changed here. I think Arizona's a better team. I'm going to take the Cardinals here. It's going to be close, though. Give me the Cardinals by 1. Eagles and Rams. That's going to be that's a sneaky good game. That's a sneaky good game. I think the Rams are going to play up to the Eagles. I think the Eagles have been playing some pretty good football on and off here. I need some kind of an upset here, because I know a lot of people think Philadelphia in this game, but I think the Rams show up good for this one. I think I'm a fan of the Rams in this game, in the indoor environment. Yeah, I'm going to take the Rams here by 3. And then we got the Ravens and the Chargers. Monday night, close the week out. The Ravens, they've gone out and blown out Buffalo, and they lose to the Raiders, and they lost to the Browns. They are so up and down, and it'll be interesting to see another Harbaugh Bowl. I know it's another big story. Both those brothers playing against each other, coaching against each other once again. I am very, very intrigued by that. The Chargers, a lot of teams are regretting. A lot of teams that needed a coach are regretting not bringing Harbaugh. And I don't know why. It was like, it took a while. It was so strange that nobody was like, he's a good coach, man. He's a really good coach. That whole family, they're good coaches, man. For the sake of seeding and standing, I'll take the Chargers here. I'll take the Chargers. If Baltimore's going to get embarrassed by these other teams, I think a team like the Chargers can surprise them and hold them to it in another game in that same stadium back-to-back nights. Give me the LA sweep and give me the Chargers here by 3. And boys and girls, that was the Heels picks on top of some Joshua Allen glazing, as it needed to be said. Appreciate the views, as you could. These are some beautiful jerseys, made and created by One Big Sexy. Absolutely love them. We appreciate all of your support and getting this page back up to where we had it, and just the relaunch and getting everything. Like we really appreciate you guys, and just keep tuning in, man. Content's gonna keep flowing, and hopefully work doesn't keep me away from showing up because I love doing this too much. Anyways, thank you everybody for tuning in. We'll see you next time.